All right, y'all, here we go. We're just making some tinctures today. We let it sit for about 3 weeks. This is called Defense, Balance, and Clarity. What we did was do a percolator method of echinacea, rose petals, Gotu Kola, apple cider vinegar, and honey. And right here, what I'm doing is just pouring the tincture mix of the synergistic blend into 8-ounce bottles. And then I will end up needing a few more bottles. One of them I'll keep for ourselves. But when you're pouring your tinctures like this, sometimes the funnels that you use will absorb all the air and then it'll stop pouring into the bottle. And you'll need to lift the funnel in order to get the tincture to kind of to burp down. So here I overfilled. If I move the funnel, the tincture will spill. So what I'm doing is using the baster and I'm putting it into the next bottle that I'm gonna need to fill. So it can be prepared and ready for capping. That one had a little bit too much too. So as you can see, that much from the bottle that I put in would have definitely overflowed as soon as I removed that funnel. So here we are. I'm gonna just pour into the next jar and you'll see how I repeat the process. Right here, the funnel keeps getting full. I gotta move the funnel for the liquid to pour down because it has taken all the oxygen. See, the funnel's getting full here. Won't go down. I have to lift it, allow air. Sometimes I try to tilt the funnel into the jar so it'll kind of just leave a gap for some air, and then a lot of times that just doesn't work. So we're still working on that method. It works when I use a bigger funnel with a larger hole, then the gap is bigger, allows more air to infiltrate into the bottle as I pour the liquid in. But here, this is where you just want to take your time. And although I know those of you who are, experienced in this, right? This is for beginners. Here, this is where we praise the Most High. We thank God for His earth and the herbs that He's given us, and we're learning. We are definitely learning. We're still in the learning phase. We do not know everything. We know a lot. We got a lot of head knowledge from studying and writing papers and different things like that. But as far as application, we have a few years of application. So here we're just topping the bottles. You'll see that I forgot that bottle over there. Like, what's going on? Got to fill that one. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill this up. And now I'm gonna fill up the one that I forgot that I used that that tincture baster for. And you see it's doing the same thing here. It's just kind of filling up inside the funnel. I gotta release the pressure. Now I decide to hold it and pour at the same time. I've tried this before and I tend to spill my tincture, and it's too valuable to just make mistakes and just spill. So I ended up getting 2 smaller bottles that I needed to fill 2-ounce bottles. So I got 8-ounce bottles and 2 4-ounce bottles. So it's about 40 ounces of tincture. And then I still got a little more left in the jar, in the bowl. So about 45 ounces of tincture. And what this would do is kind of move the lymphatic system, strengthen the immune system and vitality. And that's just the echinacea. The rose petals kind of cools the heat inside the body, kind of restores the balance to the heart, to the emotions, that type of thing. And then Gotu Kola kind of nourishes the nervous system, brings clarity and cognition to the mind, helps to fight off brain fog, ADHD. It helps with ADHD. So here, this is a whole body system. And then apple cider vinegar. We got the apple cider vinegar. It draws out any, bad minerals and nutrients in the body, but then flushes the system, supports digestive, and just a whole body cleansing. And then honey, well, no need to really talk about the honey. And here we're just putting the the seal caps on it, and we're burning it, and we're sealing the bottles one at a time so they can be sealed. That's the plastic you see. We just kind of burn ours to make sure that they're not tampered with. So we make sure that they're tampered proof. After we go through this session here, what we do then is get the label maker and kind of start labeling them. But yeah, this is for defense, balance, and clarity. Something for the cold when we tend to get kind of a little cloudy mind. Some of us with 80. And then here we're just making the labels. I had 7 bottles, so we're making the labels. We put the labels on them, and then we put them up in the categories where they belonged here. We appreciate you, and we thank you for watching the channel, The Exodus Apothecary.